question for the audience, and I need you all to answer honestly. Has anyone had an alien encounter before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We should talk after this. All right, because I'm pretty sure I had an alien encounter a couple of years ago. I was in Reading Terminal Market in Philly. You familiar? No. Cool. So basically, for the unenlightened, it's just like this place in Philly, bunch of food booths, super crowded, super cramped, super uncomfortable. So I went there right as the pandemic was kicking in a few years ago, which in hindsight was a really smart and cool decision by me. And I was walking by this booth, and I heard the most unhinged conversation of my life. So I was walking by this booth called Condiment, singular. Yeah. And there was a customer, and there's a man behind the counter, and I hear the customer say to the man behind the counter, I just feel like all my food is so bland. So, first of all, let's take a step back and appreciate how great of a name Condiment is for a food booth that exclusively sells condiments. I mean, there's no ambiguity as to what these guys are all about, you know? They're in the condiment business, and they are proud of that. It's like Cocaine Bear, you know? That movie is about a bear that does cocaine, and that's it, you know? There is nothing more that you need to know than what's in the title, and I think more things should be like that, you know? Like, why call it Geico? Just be insurance, okay? Toyota, what does that mean? Your car, okay? Nike, that's way too complicated. Just call yourself exploitation of cheap labor in underdeveloped countries, okay? You know, just keep it simple, keep it on target, keep it on point. But as to what this guy said too, let's unpack that a little bit. I just feel like, oh, my food is so bland. That's not how people talk. Have you ever heard anyone say something as unhinged as that? And even if that is how people talked, which it isn't, is he not familiar with the concept of like putting stuff on your food to make it more flavorful? Like, I don't think that's that out of this world, you know? Like, you can probably guess from like my whole vibe that most of the food I eat leans on the blander side of the spectrum. But like, I understand that putting condiments on my food to give it more flavor is an option. This guy was just oblivious to that, which leads me to one of two conclusions. One, this man is a walking infomercial. All my food is so bland. Well, buddy, you came to the exact right place. Can I interest you in condiment? Singular. The other option, which I think is the right one, to get back on the point of the story, is I think he's an alien on his first day on Earth. And you know, he was just trying to figure everything out, and he was like, I've observed the humans eating bread. I must partake. So, you know, this guy downs an entire loaf of white bread, just plain, on its own. And like, we've all been there, right? We've all eaten an entire, anyways. So I can understand where he's coming from. That's not like the most exciting thing in the world, so maybe, you know, if I were in his shoes, I'd be pretty excited about condiment too. This next thing that I'm gonna say, I think it might be the most controversial thing said tonight. I think pandas deserve to be endangered. Don't worry, I'm allowed to say that. I used to work at a zoo. But anyways, I don't think they should be like extinct. I love pandas. I think the world is a better place with pandas in it. But like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of their fault. Like, you know, climate change, whatever. The point is, part of the reason that pandas are endangered is because they're not very good at reproducing. You know, it's just that pandas are lazy animals. And, you know, I'm not gonna beat around them, but pandas aren't boning. They're just not. They got no ribs, okay? Pandas have no ribs. And so, you know, I don't feel like I should necessarily be the person out here giving dating advice. But like, come on, you gotta put in a little bit more effort. I mean, they'll put pandas together, like in zoos, in captivity, for years. Nothing, just no interest. And that's good, have standards, right? But like, if said standards are causing your species to be endangered, then yeah, I feel like maybe you're a little bit part of the problem, you know? Like that's on you at a certain point. So that's why I feel like endangered is like the right sweet spot for pandas, I think, you know? Like, we should have some. Let them exist, but if they don't really want to make more, I mean, who are we to fight them on that decision, you know what I mean? And while we're on the topic of absolutely bashing animals that most people love, dolphins can go fuck themselves. I mean, like, I get it, they're cute, they like jumped out of the water or whatever, but I'm telling you, dolphins are assholes, okay? They suck. I mean, they beat up sharks unprovoked. They chew on pufferfish to get high. They literally torture octopi before eating them, like just cuz. No reason. Doesn't get them anywhere. Like, imagine if people did that. You'd hate them. Like, imagine if just because we knew horses had the capability of killing someone, every time I saw a horse, it walked up and shot it in the head. I'm the bad guy there, right? Right? I am. What if, you know, people don't like chew on squirrels to get high. If you chew on a squirrel, you don't get high, you get rabies, you know? And like, God, just imagine if people tortured the animals that they ate before they ate them. Anyways, the other thing about dolphins is they are so smart, you know? They can recognize patterns. They see themselves in a mirror and know that it's them. They might even have like a language that they use. So what I'm saying is they know what they're doing, okay? Dolphins are smart enough to have the capacity for evil, in my opinion. Like, sharks get a bad rep, right? Because they like eat people or whatever, big deal. But they're just fish. They're just dumb fish with bad eyesight. It's not their fault that like they think you're a seal. You know, give them glasses if you don't want to get eaten by a shark. I don't know. And I can spend all this time just hating dolphins for existing, and trust me, I will. But I think I need to focus on the real villain here, who is of course Steven Spielberg, right? Jaws did so much bad for sharks compared to dolphins, okay? He painted them as these like bloodthirsty monsters, and for what? For what reason? You know what movie dolphins got? Dolphin Tale. An inspirational movie about like a dolphin who lost its fin or something. I don't know. I never watched the movie because dolphins suck. But the concept of that movie existing makes me nauseous. Like, it's just some stupid, like, you know, classic, recycled, inspirational message, and I find those movies so bland. But if there's blandness in my life, at least I know that I can go to condiments at Reading Terminal Market. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.